Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and notifications button for all the good stuff we've got coming.
I first met the people at the Rep many years ago, probably 50 years ago. I lived on Woodrow Wilson, not too far from the theater, probably about a mile or so, and had an accident right outside of the theater. And of course, I didn't know anybody around there, and I noticed it, and I went in and asked, could I use the phone? This is pre-cell phone days, and it was a Bob Williams,
Mm-hmm.
artistic director. Anyway, Bruce was in there and with Bob, and they were just so nice and so accommodating. I really took a liking to them. Plus, I was always into drama. In fact, I was a drama major in undergraduate school. So, and at that time, I was working on television doing a talk show, and I invited them on. And so we talked about the theater for a long time. And then I started just kind of going down there because I knew them, and we just kind of kept that relationship up. Well, once I left the station, there was an opportunity to take a part in one of the productions, and I just jumped at it. And it was here and there, and it was the local premiere or American premiere. And actually, what happened was my whole summation of that was I never worked harder, I was never more committed, I never made less money, and I never had more fun. The people were so nice, the productions were nice. I felt like I belonged, and I really appreciated. I just appreciated everything about the theater, and still do. The black tie that we'd have every year, and it was a fundraiser. I had the opportunity to MC that for a few years, and it was just so nice to see the people and see their attitudes, and they had so much support. And it's just funny that how some things are just meant to be, and I think the theater is one of them. It's been where it is for more than 50 years now. I guess almost 60 at this point. Um, and everybody's still comfortable there. The people around in the community still support the theater. The theater does what it can to reach out to them with the community nights. They get to see the production. It's just a really fun place. I asked Bruce once. I said, Bruce, why do you stay here? Because he's there all the time, as you know, 24 hours a day. He said, don't even start it. This is my home. This is where I've been. This is where I'm going to stay. And he's just probably the most committed person I've ever seen. And that's refreshing because he says it and he means it. It was exciting. It was very, very exciting. This is it. It's kind of like I don't care who's there, if it's the community or paying customers or whatever, it's your premiere. And you're really nervous about it, and you got to talk yourself out of it so you don't mess everything up for everybody else. Just fun and exciting and motivating and enhancing, and it was wonderful for me. I thought it was great. I thought, now I'm going to just go be a major actress somewhere. Of course, I was not the star, and I'll never be the star on the stage. But just to have people come and support. It's a wonderful feeling. Wonderful feeling. Wilfred Dean, I think, was she may have wanted to be in theater in a career type position. She loved what she was doing. She practiced all the time. We'd be downstairs getting dressed or whatever. She was saying lines out loud. She wanted to be perfect, and you could tell that that effort, that attitude was put into all of her work. She was so pleased. I remember Bruce complimented her by saying, Milfordine, you're like a breath of fresh air. And she just smiled from her head to her toes. She really liked what she was doing, and she felt like she was contributing. So that made it even better. She was wonderful to work with. Um, just a wonderful person. A ton, but they were on an academic level. I didn't do anything professionally or if it was a classroom kind of thing. Speech and
Mm-hmm.
drama was my major, and I I just always liked it. I think I was in every school play literally from kindergarten through grad school. I just always enjoyed it. I never felt that I could. I didn't know if I could make a living at it or not. I was fortunate. I'd met a lot of people because of my job, which was really wonderful. Sidney Portier was one of them, and I was talking to him about it. And he and my son was with us because he wanted to meet him and see what advice he could get. And I'll never forget. Sidney said, he said, if you go into this business, do it for the love of the business, because I'm going to tell you, most people simply do not make it, and chances are you won't. So go up, if you love it, do it. If you don't, do something else. And I thought that was quite valuable. Everybody who worked there, they wanted to be there. At least that's the impression I got. And they were very fun, and they were helpful, and they were creative, and it was fun to be around people like that. It's just where we had, to my knowledge, we had very few problems, except for me forgetting a line here and there. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I also like the fact that it's small, and when you're on the stage, you're in the audience. You're in the audience. It's like one room, so you can feel it. You feel the people, you feel what they're feeling, and I just it was just like none other to me. During the performances, even though you can't do that and walk around and talk to people, you get the sense that it's small and everybody's right in the same room, and you can almost feel like you can reach out and touch them. So it makes what word do I want? I felt a one-manship, with so many people, that obviously just not the same as a black tie, but I still felt that one-manship because it was so tight and close, which made it more intimate. It's interesting. I played a widow, and I was having trouble accepting the death of my husband, but through comedy, it was successful, and that was the basis of the play. And I mean, that's like a real life solution to things. I believe it or not, I lost my husband about a year ago, and of course, this play was like 20 years ago. But I remembered it, and I thought about it a lot, and how what Becca would do. That's was my character.
Hmm.
So I was able to learn something from it and take something from it and apply it to my real life. It's almost like the Becca part came true. And I do credit the play with a lot of that because that's exactly was the content of it. You said something about the practice or preparation. If I remember correctly, I may have some of these numbers off, but we rehearsed 5 or 6 times a week. We had let me see, 6 or 8 productions a week. I mean, it was a lot of work, but it was fun. We'd go there and just go through everything and try to help each other, and just did a really great job at it. I thought certainly a very satisfying job. Uh, it was really time demanding, but he would go to almost every performance. I think half the people I know, which is half the city of Detroit, I think they all came looking for some big production that they were going to get. They got a wonderful, beautiful production, and I was just proud to be a part of it. I still think about it. I still talk about it. Every now and then, somebody will say something to me about it. But it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I can't state that enough.
Bruce and Barbara will be happy to hear we talked today and that you're a part of this for sure.
But tell them hello and that I miss them and love them and hope things are going really well for them.
Yeah.